All right, guys, we are our last day here doing our framing. And as you can see, we've made a lot of progress. These and our materials just showed up. So suppliers here bringing materials for our wood framing, which is perfect because we can coordinate where we want the location of those. But one thing I wanted to kind of just show you guys here at the end is we got the porch frames. Now this is some skirting that I added right in here. The plan showed kind of a break between the roof porch and this frame came on down, but I thought this would look really nice to have a continuation of that wall panel on into that porch area. So that's one thing that we're doing there. And we got just a little bit more to do here on the receiver channel that we're putting on the end panels. And you can get a good shot here what this whole thing is gonna look like as far as the gable ends. So imagine having the closures on the skirting on the porches and all of that wall panels. And it kind of gives you that A-frame right in there. So we got just a little bit more left to do, and we're going to be heading over to another project to frame some porches. So one of the reasons why we actually did our porch framing while we did our main framing on this build is because the roof lines actually tie together, as opposed to where you have, say, a porch that is tying just into a wall. So in this case, our porches actually tie together. And I'll show you one that's still unfinished. You can see kind of how we have it setting. Basically, we have not finished this little front section. Got a little bit more left to do there. And right now it's a little crazy because I got materials that just showed up. Right over here, as you can see, big old load of lumber just pulled up, and so they're going to be unloading right now, and we're trying to wrap things up here. So but one of the reasons on this one, like I said, these porch roofs right here tie in with the main roof, so that's the reason why we were doing that on this particular build. And also you can see that over here how they tie together. So that's the main thing. It's a little tricky getting your angles and all that as far as tying together, but overall I'm excited about the shape of this one and how things are looking. It's got a really good contour and design feel to it, which I think is going to be pretty sweet. So, you know, anytime you can add a little bit of character to something and work that into your design, I think that's a good thing to do. So yeah, it's quite a bit of steel. See our A-frames style here and all that we've got going into this. Now this is all the living area here, and we'll have a main great room over here which will have a big vaulted ceiling, but your ceiling line actually stops with this beam. So I have a little bit of what I would call an interstitial space up here in this area. We can use that for running AC ducts from one side of the house to the other. But we will actually take our exterior wall here all the way up. That way all that'll be sealed where these roof lines all tie together. So that's the plan there. And as you can see over here, great big porch, covered porch under this area, which of course will have all closed soffits and electrical and all the stuff that goes in there. So they didn't need a shop because they already have a shop over that way. So the clearance here is about 9'4", which is plenty. Actually more clearance than a normal garage would have. But I believe they're gonna use this for parking on one end and a big porch on the other. But what we're gonna be using this area for right now is stocking our materials, because we're gonna use this space right here for all of our lumber, because our wood framing is gonna be going over there. So all our lumber can go right here in this area, and that way when we get our roofs on next week, it'll all be covered and we won't have any worries about the weather. We can be doing all that framing on the inside without any concern. So one of the things we're adding right here is some what we call base angle. It's a 2x4 angle. This goes, it's kind of a bridge point between the wall panel that we're going to come through there and put on the bottom of that little porch skirting, and for the soffits that we're going to run up above. So, you know, it takes a little bit extra materials, but you can kind of see what kind of goes all into it in order to have soffits. You know, you got to have something to fasten to, so that's what we're using for that. And just that little bit of skirting there, you got to have something to be able to fasten to. All right, guys, we're going to continue to make progress over here. I hope you're enjoying seeing the progress on this build. Like I said, approximately speaking, I want to say we were like 36 by 60. I think I already gave you guys the dimensions on this. 62, something like that by the time we get the overhangs and stuff like that there. But I think this is a pretty interesting build. Let us know what you guys think down in the comments. I really like the design. Like I said, they don't have a shop attached because the shop is on the other side and they already have it. So in this case, we're just trying to get their living quarters established. Of course, they have a bunch of porches that we're building off the front side and the back. So it's going to be a great build. Hope you guys will follow along all the way to the end. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, do that now. Also, don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram and on TikTok as well. We just started kind of making some efforts over there, so join us along for the fun. We got different stuff in different places, but anyways, I'm Josh Helm, wishing you all the best. Thanks for watching Texas Best.